Hello friends, welcome in. Doo -doo -doo. So, let me see if I can find myself because now I am so confused of who is supposed to be. Oh, there we go. Hi, Miss Amy. Praying everything's okay with your mama. That has got to be scary. Alright, so I'm going to find myself and get myself. So, you're in my thoughts and prayers, says your mom. Hopefully everything goes well, okay? And I guess I will be here until Miss Lilith from Little Crafts and Things will be able to hop on. Oh, that is good. That I mean, it's good that your father was there is what I meant. Obviously it's not good if she passes out, but alright. Okay, so let me, and I'm just literally getting in, and I was trying to find the last person, but I don't know, I think maybe she got off early. Miss Beth, I think, I don't know. Alright, so today is National Scrabble Day, guys. So super fun. I thought this would be amazing. I had an old Scrabble board from where I had found it at the thrift store, and used the actual Scrabble piece tiles. And I still had the board, and I've kept it because I was like, well, this makes good, you know, a good journal board. So yeah. So when I had the event today, when hubby came home and I woke up, I was like, hey, so since we've got the laser, do you think the laser could cut this board for me? So I don't have to cut it. So he worked on getting the board cut for me. It's not 100% perfect, but you know what? That just adds to it. So the idea is I want to actually use the actual board part on the outside, and we're going to cover the inside in this really cute fabric that I got from Michael's. So as soon as I knew I was going to be in this event, I was moseying through Michael's one day, and this fabric caught my eye. So it's all of the little tiles. I also found the fabric that looks exactly like the board, but since I'm actually using the board, I thought we would go with the little tile pieces. So that's going to be for the inside and for my spine. That's what we're going to use to cover. Okay, so we're going to build this journal from the board up, okay? So come sit down, get you your favorite drink, and let's work on this together, okay? So, and y'all, sorry about this. I got some allergy junk going on, obviously. Let's see if I have a piece that is long enough. If not, I'm gonna have to cut a piece, which is totally fine. I just try to use what I already have. So if I have a piece that's already about the size, I try to use it. Alright, we said, oh, that, I mean, that one would work, because that's too small. I mean, too short. That one's a hair too short, and I don't wanna not have enough. So you know what? I don't know why these feel so thin to me. So we're gonna cut that one down. Hey there, Miss Debbie. How are you, my friend? Thank you for the sprinkles. Okay. So this piece of scrap here of chipboard is the closest one that I have in height. I will need to trim it down some, as you can see, but that's fine. So I did ask my husband to cut this to the height of 9 inches so that when I take printables or copy paper and I fold it in half, that it will fit inside of this. So I do have 2 shorter pieces left over, which I'll probably at some point turn those into a journal as well. Okay, so first things first is we need to measure the spine and get this trimmed down. So like I said, we'll be on here for a bit, so we will probably be able to actually get things hopefully actually finished, or you know, near to complete. I can tell when my cat's been roaming the craft space, because there's all kinds of stuff that's falling down. So y'all keep Miss Amy's mom in your prayers. She's on her way to the hospital right now to check on her mom. Okay. Now this piece is originally 3 7/8. Okay. So we can actually trim this down to about a halfway point, right? And so right at the entrance of the 3/8. So we're doing our best here and try to get this cut as evenly as possible. Which it is probably not going to be, which is what I'm seeing. Yeah, that is so off-center, it ain't funny. Alright. Yep. Those are off, alright. Alright, so that's about as even, I think, as I'll be able to get that one. So, if you are here and you are commenting and I am not saying anything, I am sorry. I am obviously not seeing all of the comments that do come through, so please forgive me for that. Okay. Now, this board is slightly thicker than the piece that I have here. So I'm just going to layer these and glue them together so that I have a bit of a thicker piece. So hopefully that makes sense right there. Alright, so let's get us some glue. I know lots of people are getting off work, or you're getting, you know, kiddos, grandkiddos. I know there's also other events that are happening, but thank you so much for being here and for supporting me and the other presenters in today's event. Mondays are my teaching days, so this is actually a little early because usually I come home and I take a nap. But I wanted to make sure I had a time slot, so I went ahead and asked Miss Amy to save the 5 p.m. spot for me because I knew I'd be back from school. Okay. Alright, so now this is a little more even as far as the thickness, which is a good thing. Alright, now rule of thumb is that you do want to leave space because you know you need your board to be able to fold, right? I mean, that's the whole idea, right? When we're making an album. So it is suggested that whatever your thickness of your board is, be the minimum that you leave between your cover and your spine. Okay, so we are going to somewhat eyeball this, and I'm actually going to give it just a little bit more. I think that is good right there. And now we're going to use our tape. You can use masking tape. You can use paper tape. I'm using an automobile type masking tape. This was gifted to me by my bonus kiddo. He heard me once talking about tape and needing a good strong tape, and so one day he brought this back from, I guess, work or something, because at the time he was working doing industrial painting. Now he's working as a commercial plumber. Let me tell you, them blue-collar jobs, they pay really well. And with all this AI taking over a lot of the intellectual type jobs, we're definitely gonna need the blue-collar jobs, because no computer can do or troubleshoot like a blue-collar employee can. Okay, so bring my little tails over. I didn't leave one long enough, but that'll be fine, because this tape, we're gonna just bring it over. Bring this one over, and this is what's going to act as our hinge. So it is very important that you varnish these. So that is what we're going to do. Hey, Miss Bonnie. How are you? So I'm varnishing my tape, making sure that I'm activating and attaching to all the fibers of my board and for the piece that I'm using for my spine. Okay. And I do have some printables, which I may have to check on them here in a bit and see if we have enough. Alright, so now that I've done that, I'm going to push them down in the middle here. Alright, just to help it along. Not pushing too hard. Okay. But just enough that we know that it will bend. And so here is the cover of our album, journal, okay, book, whatever you want to call it, made from Scrabble board. Okay. Now, this is where we are going to take and we are going to cover with the Scrabble piece, the fabric. Okay. So I am going to need, thank you for the sprinkles, I appreciate it. So I know that using the Scrabble tiles was a really big thing, because heck, even I got into using them. So when I saw the Scrabble board at my local thrift shop, I picked it up, pulled the pieces out to craft with, and then was left with the board. Well, the board makes amazing surface. It's great for journaling. Okay, so we're gonna pull some of these extra stringies off and keep my scissors because I'm gonna need them. Alright, so we are going to adhere this, okay, and for this we are going to need some of our Fabri-Tac, Fabri-Fix, whatever is your choice. Three in one. Any of those works. They work really well to hold your fabrics in place. So I am in an event for National Scrabble Day, and I have chosen to show you what to do with the board. I mean, I know nowadays on Amazon you can buy just the Scrabble pieces, right? But prior to that, you had to get the board, like I said. And so then you would be kind of stuck with, you know, you get the board game at a thrift store, and then you'd be kind of stuck with the board itself. And so this is what you can do with it. You can also paint over it and use it as a surface. It's a great board. You can cover it. You don't have to obviously leave it. I'm purposely leaving it with the tiles on here and everything else for the purpose of this event. But you obviously don't have to do that. So we are just working along. And as of right now, you guys are gonna, you love the idea? I'm glad, dear. I said I was really happy when I saw the fabric. I was like, oh, that's perfect. That is going to be really nice. And so I've done journal covers before with board games. I did a Ninja Turtle themed one. It was a Ninja Turtle Monopoly game that I found. And I did the cover out of it. So you can totally, you know, use these boards to make amazing covers with. Okay, now this is where we can decide if we want to cover the whole thing up, which I think I am going to do. So that means let's let's mark this so I can cut it down. Ooh, it's right at the edge there. Okay. Miss Amy, you be safe while driving, dear. Okay. Hello there, Mary Lou. Welcome in. Or Mari Lou. And I did find a printable on Etsy that that was like Scrabble themed. So I did start printing some of it off. Like I said, I just got back from teaching, so I haven't printed it all, but hopefully I've printed enough that we can at least get some of this done today. Now I like the frayed edge. That's me though. If you don't, obviously you can cut yours, cut it straight, but I do like the frayed edge. Frayed edge, not this choppy edge from the crappy cut job that the girl at the counter did. Y'all, have I ever talked about how much I do not like Michaels and their fabric station people, whatever you want to call it? Oh Lord, they don't know how to cut. I miss Joann's. Y'all, I miss Joanne's. Golly, do I miss Joanne's. Okay, so I think we are okay. Alright, so let's, and because these tiles are all wonky and like all over the place, they don't, like, I don't have to be worried about it being directional. Obviously, if you are using a fabric that is directional, you know, you do need to be mindful to that. But lucky for me, this one is not. So I could put it down any which ways and it's gonna be fine. Welcome in, everybody. If you're new to me, welcome, welcome. My name is Tamara. I love making journals, y'all. So if you like making journals and albums and stuff, consider maybe giving me a like to my page and come and follow along for all of the craziness that is the Crafty Fox Den. We are in the Crafty Friends Unite group today. It is hosted by Miss Amy from Crafts by Amy. And thank you very much, dear, for hosting events, for letting me be part of them. Alright. We're gonna try to get this first side down. Lucky for us, a fabric glue does not set immediately, so it does give you a little bit of wiggle room, you know, to play with your fabric setting and how you want it to lay down. Now I am going to not put any glue right here in my joint, okay? Because we already have plenty of fabric and other items in the joint. We do not need to make that joint any thicker or heavier than what it already is. This thing is on its last leg. I don't know, this fabric fuse from E6000 has yet to convince me that it is as good as our Fabri-Tac, Fabric Fuse, or I mean Fabri-Fix, or the Beacon 3-in-1. It has yet to convince me. So we shall see. Excuse me. So I'm going to use every last bit of this one right here. So who on here loves things like true crime, CSI, and that kind of stuff? Do we have any true crime lovers on here? I love me some CSI, some NCIS. For sure, I love those. Anybody else into that kind of show? I think Miss Wendy likes that kind of stuff. Well, on Friday, we are going on a field trip to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, the Criminal Investigation Division, whatever thing it is. So one of the classes that my daughter took in high school was forensics, and her teacher is teaching the class again this year and has organized, I'm looking for glue, guys, has organized a trip there, a field trip. So since my daughter took the class already, she was invited to come, and so she's excited to go. And that's foam adhesive, that's not gonna work. So she's excited to go to that. I'm not gonna say that I'm not excited to go, because that would be lying, because I am. I think it's really neat and cool. So, well, I guess this fabric fuse better do it, because I don't have anything else. I was looking to see if maybe by any chance I had a bottle hidden somewhere. But I don't, so we're just gonna have to make do with what we got, right? So I'm not quite sure exactly what they're going to be doing, but I think it's going to be fun. You know, one of the things that I have noticed, that between the Fabri-Fix from Eileen and the Fabric Fuse from E6000. This one seeps through a lot easier on the fabric than the other one does. Like, I can see it seeping through where I use the fuse, I mean the Fabrifix, and it didn't do that, but the Fabric Fuse, it does. I don't know. Hey there, Make It Personal by Trudy. How are you? Welcome, welcome to our Scrabble Day event today. I am making a Scrabble themed junk journal with an actual board of a, so I think that's pretty cool. We get to use up, you know, just gonna try to cut some of this extra here. Love you. Alright, so I'm just trimming down the extra, because some of this it's a little too much extra. Like, a little bit extra I don't mind, but some of this is a little too much extra. So we shall see, we shall see. Hopefully this will come out the way I am hoping. I'm about to go and grab those printables right quick. Y'all, let me tell you, I love my fabric scissors. I was using somebody else's fabric scissors today and I was like, oh my god, those things don't cut. Like, I'm used to these cutting like butter. I'm like, these ones right here cut like butter. They're so good. But and these ones are actually a knockoff of the Tim Holtz ones. Got them off of the Temu. Hi there, Miss Lillie. Welcome in. Guys, if you have a business page, please come under your business page. I would love for you to come and join me under your business page. That way, if others are not following you, they can go back and give you a follow. Because that's how we support each other. Right? Okay. So, I'm not liking that glue, y'all. I'm really not liking it. I thought I was, but I am not liking that glue. I am not liking it at all. It's not working for me. It's just not cutting it, you know? Okay. Well, I'll work on that in a bit. Okay. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to go and grab the printables that I have printed so far, and we're going to see how many signatures I can do. So give me a second. So these are 2 different sets that I got off of Etsy. And I just printed randomly some. Alright. And I do like to print my printables on resume paper because it is, 1, it's heavier than regular printer paper. 2, it's also textured many times. And it's also like a linen type paper, so it has a little bit more oomph to it. Yay, there you go. Thank you. Now see, this is why I told my husband to cut it at 9 inches of height, because at a printer page setting, you guys can see here that it's gonna fit inside of my board height. And that's what I wanted. Miss Lily, obviously I'm not able to see chat. Are you gonna be coming on 30 minutes early or so? Or am I staying on till you come on at 7? Alright, I'm going to move this over just so that I can fold these pages in half and try to get them as even as possible. So these are really pretty. You can definitely tell that some of these are your AI generated images, but it'll be fine. They'll work. I love the big old block images on here. Super, super cute. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to put on my cover. And I'm wondering if I want to write out Scrabble or game night, words, quotes. I'm not quite sure. You guys have any suggestions on what we could write out with some actual Scrabble pieces on our cover? Alrighty. So like I said, there's 2 different sets and I only printed some from each. It was at least about 40 pages, I think, in each set, which was really not bad. And I know you know I'll probably use these again on another event or to add into different journals, just because they're really pretty papers. Oh, no, that's fine. Miss Amy had an emergency, a family emergency, and our 6 o'clock was having issues with internet, so she was trying to find somebody to cover, and nobody was responding, so I told her I could stay on, but I wasn't sure if I had to stay on all the way till 7 or not. I really like this one. I know the tiles are all like funky and everything, but I do like the little picture there. I think that's really cute. Okay, so let's put these together. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 pages. Alright, so we have a bold, we have coffee, bright colors, another bold one. Well, I guess we'll go with that one. You know, half the battle is putting the journal together. The signatures together. Deciding what you're gonna put. Well, you let me know how your mom's doing. Hopefully everything's okay, sweetie. Oh, here's another coffee one. Bright, bold, there we go. Really? I wish so too. That's... I'd be frustrated not to hear anything. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's narrow it down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do there and there. That puts us at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 7. Okay. Hey there, Miss Sheila. How are you, my friend? Alright, so I have essentially 2 signatures in here. Let's add some other stuff in here, right? Let's add some different types of papers in here. If I can figure out if I have my... Is this it? Is this it? Is this it? Is this it? I have some book pages. Oh, Are these single book pages? Look at that. That's got like, it's like a game page. See if there's another one like that in here. Not necessarily Scrabble, but it's some kind of a game with blocks in it, right? So this is actually from a math book, believe it or not. How are you doing today, Miss Sheila? Hopefully you are having a wonderful afternoon. You know that's got blocks on it. That's got blocks on it. Alright. Well, we definitely don't need pizza in here. I'm trying to see what else we got. Lots of numbers. Let me go see if I can grab some of my hymnal sheets. We'll add some of those in there. Alright, let me grab some stuff. Then, where did my dyed papers go to? I just had them. Don't you just love it when you know you just had something and then you can't find it? Because I know I just had it. I am dying. It is too hot. Okay. This is a Scrabble journal. This is exactly what it is. And we're adding, trying to find some old pages and such to add in here. Preferably some that are attached to themselves, if possible. Yep, that's a piece. Okay. So got those very, very old pages right there. Alright, now let me see if I have any of my really large envelopes in here. I should though. Perfect. Alright. So, I have these large Nice and pretty. Okay. And these we can do a few different ways. So I'm going to add these over this way. Really? I actually want to write like the title of this journal in Scrabble tiles on here, since this is the actual board. I have yet to decide what we're gonna say. I have yet to decide that. I'm not sure yet. We'll figure it out. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna come in here and we're gonna add, because this will add us a pocket right there. So we're gonna do that. I want to add in a few of these, just to give us, you know, some variancy. Put that in there. Okay. Now these ones, there's a few things we can do with these ones. Oh, there's this one that is actually attached. So we're going to put this one in here, since this one is actually still attached. So we'll put that one in there. And let's bring another. And this one, I'm actually going to flip it. So we had it that way. Now I'm going to put it this way. And then we're going to add our last, let's add a dictionary page. What did I do with my dictionary? Y'all, I swear, this cleaning up or tidying up messes me up, because then I don't know where I put stuff. Ah, goodness gracious. Not exactly the one I wanted, but this will help. This will work. The only issue with these is that they are so they're gonna be smaller pages. They'll just be shorter. That'll be fine. Alright, so that's going to be my first signature. Huh? Did you check over there pointing that way? Check over there pointing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I was supposed to be checking. What was I supposed to be checking? I evidently missed it. I'm gonna put that there. Oh, for my dictionary. Who knows where that ended up. And this place could be anywhere. That's the problem. He ahí el problema. Okay, so that's my first signature. Let's work on the second signature. Don't put that in there. Let's add this old hymnal page in here. Curious if we have the word Scrabble or anything like it. Scrapbook, Scrappy, Scramble, Scrabble. Where did okay now? Let's see. Ha 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 ha. Here, Scrabble. Anybody else highlight their books and notebooks when they were in school? Or was that just me? Okay, so we'll have this one in here. That'll go there. Okay, now, what do you do when you have pages that are loose but you want to incorporate them into a signature? Okay, so there's a few ways you can go about doing it. The easiest way is with some washi tape. Yep, I did too, all the way through college. Yes, ma'am, so did I. I had to buy the physical books. This whole stuff of, you know, you have, what is it, what is it, you know, they had how they had all the codes and everything for the textbooks. Well, I had to actually buy the textbooks, whether it was at the school or find them used online because I have to have the book to highlight it and take notes, and you know, because I mean that's how I learn. So I found it like it was really weird when I came to the States and it was like everything's online. I'm like, what? At first, when I first was in college, it wasn't bad. Like, you had some, and you always had like option to do that, but then towards the end, like, you didn't even have an option. All the school had was the online stuff, which kind of sucked because if you did have financial aid, you still had to go and buy your books. Okay, so now that I have added my washi tape, now my pages are a folio that I can add into my signature. See? Yeah, no, it was okay, let's add another one of these in here for your pocket option. And then give us another one of these. And let's put in another dictionary page. But yeah, if you ever have pages, because like this dictionary is a glued dictionary, so it does not have the option of having your folios. Like this math book it did not have that. And I like being able to have functioning pages. I'm gonna highlight another one in here. Where'd you go? Oh my gosh, you were right there. I just saw you. No, that's because you're over here somewhere. Here, word, wordage, wording. Go ahead and see, now you know for the next time. You have, you find a really cool book, but it's the style that was glued in. No worries. You can totally work with it. Okay. And so there is our last signature. Alright. Try to get these somewhat even so I can sew them in. Okay. He'll go back and fix the pages. You know, it's actually not bad to have you know, like different height of pages or different width of pages. I mean, it really depends on your personal likes, you know. Some people like the different, others not so much, and that is respectable. You know what? Let me see if I have any. Not really. They're all the same size, so that'll be alright. Okay, the other thing that you can do with either, I'm gonna set this over here. Another thing that you can do with these, okay, if you have pages that are like this, okay, you can glue them on an envelope as well, and then your envelope, okay, is now what joins the pages together, and you have a pocket, okay? Oh yeah, I want to add word searches as well, because I love doing word searches. And you can find some that are small that would fit, right? Do I have... You could totally find some that would fit. And then on this side, we use this one, which is also somewhat raggedy. Biggest thing is making sure that you leave that open. Oh. Sign language. That's actually pretty cool. So when I went to class today, the teacher that I teach with, she actually had some cute gifts made for the ladies going to the retreat, and I thought that was so sweet. She does have a little handmade business, so I'm glad that she made a little something. So I'll be putting a post about that and about her little business and supporting me. In my crazy endeavors. Why do you have to be so difficult? Obviously, if you don't have such a messy craft area like myself, a lot of these things would be a lot easier to do. So, okay. So, there is that. So that's gonna go there. We have this one. I already showed you guys how to do that. Oh, wait a second. Because that puts... I'm gonna do it like that. Bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum. Okay, and we have that. We have the dictionary page, word page, this one. I'll leave this as is, and that one. Okay, so that is one. Oh, that's what I needed to cut. I was wondering what I was doing. I need to cut this guy. Close enough. We'll just trim some from the bottom. Now I'm getting too cold, y'all. Ugh. It's either too hot, too cold. Never make up my mind. Can't make up my mind. Alright, so let's get rolling with these signatures. Let's start putting them in, okay? So again, this is our book right here. Alright. If you have one of these, it's gonna be your best little bit of friend right now. And I'm going to set him to the 1/8. just to give me some little punctures. Okay, and I need going to give myself a bit of a where I want my stuff to be. Right? So we know that this is sitting a little bit more than 9 inches, but that also means that then we're gonna want to make sure we come in at about 1/4 to 3/4. And we did end up making our spine 1.5 wide, so we're gonna do it at 1/2 and at 1. And this is where you use your math. For all the kids who wonder. Because I just said I was going to do I don't even know why I grabbed that one when I have nope. Where's my fabric? Now this one is a friction pen, and they are amazing because the ink disappears when heated. So all you gotta do is iron this and it'll be fine. Alright, so now that I have lined up with my lines, other than those last two are like completely off rocker. Okay. And so, yes, the first one I want is right there. Then that means that I'm going to want to come down and do my next one right here. So that's 2. And then I'm going to come down and make we'll do one right here at 1, 2, 3. Two. So 3, and then we'll pick a middle spot right there. Okay. Miss Amy is really good at finding stuff. She still needs to teach me how to do some stuff, but you know, it's all good. And like I said, I am doing this because that way I'm not going to have issues when I want to go put in my signatures. Because I ain't trying to have issues. And this is the larger gator for those who may be wondering. And I will say that I do tend to prefer this one over the other one. Because I do want it equal distance, I'm just going to use the same measurement. And yep, I'm right where I said I wanted to be. So make sure that we are yes, hi. It is an early evening for me. And I'm actually on here a little longer to just help get us through till the following presenter gets on. But I am in an event today, and it is our National Scrapbook Day, and I am making a journal out of the board, the game board. So thank you guys for popping on. I do really do appreciate it. missed any of today, please make sure to go back and watch the replay later so that you can see what we've been doing. Okay, so that is mostly going to be of help for me when putting my signatures in. You can put eyelets in this if you want to. I'm not going to. I don't think it's necessary. I'm just cutting off the excess fabric. Okay, so have we decided what should we put here? Should we put like game day or game night? What do you think we should title this this journal? Because this journal needs some kind of title to it. So what do we think would be appropriate? Okay. Now that I have that done, I'm going to get our thread and get us all set up. Why'd I bring that lid? Lord only knows. Well, that's because my needle's over there. Alright, so anytime you're going to sew, you want to get at least 3 widths of your book. Okay. Alright, now, because I've made my holes, believe it or not, it's actually going to be relatively easy to get these in. How'd that end up that high? No wonder it feels so off. Game time. Let's play. I like let's play. I don't know about putting I don't know. That's not very good of a title. But let's play or game night. I like that. Okay. You spooked it. Okay. Remember to always make sure that you hold a tail. And I'm going to bring you guys on over this way so you can see, because I'm holding it off the edge just because it was easier to then grab a hold of all of my papers that way. Remember, I'm still holding this tail here, okay? Come on. Come on through the papers. Why are you being so difficult? Double word score. I like that. Alright, so here's our first signature. I'm going to make sure that we tighten it. How are you doing, Miss Elizabeth? Thank you so much for popping in and joining in today's event. I do appreciate that. And what am I doing? This thing is... okay. So I do kind of need a little bit more over here. So let's see if I can wiggle some out, because I really did not leave myself a whole lot. Y'all give me 1 second. Y'all keep a student of mine in prayers. She is having family situation, and yeah, things are not good right now for her in her home life, and that was just her right now calling. So as soon as I am done, I am probably going to go and see if I can find her. So please keep her in your prayers. We're gonna see what we can do for her. It's not a good situation. Needless to say, today was an interesting day at school. So, you know, and all you can do is your heart aches because you really want to be able to help more than you do or than you can. So, just, it's not a good situation right now. And I've known this child for several years now, so it's really hard because, I mean, you invest in your kids, you know, they become like your own, and it's hard. Thank you guys. Now I'm fumbling all over, but okay. That's my first signature, okay? And we have one signature left to put in. I'm going to trim these things down. Let's do one of our Frankenstein papers. I'm going to piece it together with my stuff here. Yeah, if you guys are okay, I would rather go and try to help her. No, definitely come and, like I said, all I'm going to do is add the last signature in here and put the name on the front in some actual blocks. And that'll be my journal. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Do stay tuned because there are more creators, okay? So I am going to give her a call back, and because it looked like she was asking if I can come and get her, so I'm going to go, my friends. I'm going to go see what this child needs. Keep her in your prayers, keep me in your prayers, that I don't lose it as a mama. So I love you guys, and I will see everybody soon. Thank you for hanging out with me, and we will talk soon, okay? Ciao.